Hello everyone, Raptor X here. As you can see here, we're back in FTV, ready for another episode. And I want to get right into what I want to go show you guys, because I've done quite a few changes over here in this room. And that's because I actually got the quarry going, finally. And I immediately noticed a whole bunch of mistakes I've made. Namely, I actually looked back at the video I posted yesterday, and I noticed this filters were facing the wrong way, and the macerators over here quickly clogged up with items. As you can see, there's actually a log going through from the quarry, and that's because I set up the quarry over there in the twilight. Got stuck there for a second. And I've gotten quite a bunch of random stuff here. Some things I can get rid of. Some flowers, even some bees. I didn't know quarries could pick up bees. But I'm actually surprised the amount of copper I've been getting. And that's because since I put up the quarry on top of the dome, it turns out that a lot of the copper was above the level that a dome, I guess inside of the dome exists, if that makes any sense. It's above the Y level, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And doing that, since I put it up so high, pretty much at the tip of the dome, almost a full-size quarry, 64 by 64 almost, I've gotten a lot of wood, a few stacks here. Some other random stuff like saplings, mushrooms, the bees I was surprised about. I didn't know you could get those. Some forcium, and I'll explain why I'm getting that as well. And some other stuff here that I have to sort out in a second here. I actually want to do that this episode. Now, some of the other changes I've made. This tube right here on the side, it wasn't here last time, and that's because I had it running through here. But the problem was that with the induction furnace here, they need a redstone signal like I set up on the left side over there. I don't know if you can barely see it behind there. That's to keep it fully powered up, I guess. Like I've mentioned, I'm sure several times already. But yeah, it was interfering with that, and then I had to, I just decided to go above it. I could have gone to the side, really. Now that I think about it, but I can move that around. It's not a big issue. Now, here's where the main changes have occurred. I've added another induction furnace over here, and that's because I added another row here. And now this is for items that don't get macerated, like monazite, cinnabar, aluminum, sand. If you're getting sand, I don't want to get much. But in case I just want to drop some sand into the ender chest I have upstairs, it will automatically get turned into glass, and then up into the future sorting system. And here's the what I had before. Now, I've actually had a problem with the lead. For some reason, the lead was not being macerated a little bit ago. I have to look into that, why it wasn't being macerated. I thought it would get macerated. I guess not, because I dropped an induction furnace, and that got smelted right away, I guess. It got turned into ink, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Everything else seems to be working fine. I've been keeping a close eye on this, and that's because I don't want to do a whole episode of me fixing some silly mistakes I made. But as you can see here, I've gotten quite a bit of stuff. I did use up all my sticky resin I had upstairs, and I threw it all into the extractor now that I had the centrifuge extractor, which is a lot quicker. Aluminum, okay, yeah, that's the smelted kind. So yeah, I gotta clean up some of the mess in there. Let's go upstairs to show you guys some of the other changes I've made. Bam! I've been busy adding a bunch of all this, pretty much everything I had in here in the chest, really. I still have a few other random things, I'm not sure why. I'll have to fix that soon. This chest, I'm gonna just manually transfer over. I guess I could just leave it there, actually. Yeah, there's no need for me to move it. There's some other random stuff that I don't necessarily think might need a barrel. Maybe clay, I guess, bricks, clay bricks. Yeah, definitely this kind of stuff. They probably need a flint. Yeah, I guess I haven't gone over this chest at all, really. Now to notice a few things there that could have probably used a barrel. I do still have a, hopefully, where's my wood? Yeah, I did use up a lot of wood here, adding some extra barrels. Okay, I still have a few stacks left. I took out another another one of those huge redwood trees. So I have some extra wood here saved up for some more barrels. I did make a extra dimensional storage. I'm not sure if I mentioned that last time. I ended up moving the barrels that were over here, and I just decided to have one cobblestone barrel. Didn't make sense to have two, especially in the future. Maybe I want to build something and I need a lot of cobblestone for some reason. I don't know. It's just I figured it's a pretty common resource. No need for me to be shooting myself in the leg, I guess, and limiting myself, not grabbing all the resources there. But yeah, any order in particular here? Not really. Other than I guess bars over here on the right side, some gems here in the middle, some mob drops, I guess here somewhere around here in this area. The Psychorium stuff on the top, and then just like raw materials over here on the left side, which is I guess where I'm gonna have the clay, the bricks, and the flint. I'm gonna have those things over here on the left side as well. But I'll probably do that later. What I do want to do is clean up the chest downstairs, as you guys probably noticed. I just wanted to show you some of the stuff I've been getting from the quarry before I cleaned it up. Now oak wood, I don't think it's something I've been coming across very often, but hold on, do I have that upstairs? I had the redwood. Hold on, let me quickly check that over here. Figure out what it left over here. I had the redwood. Is that the oak wood? Yeah, it is oak wood. Okay, I thought it was just the planks. Okay, so I do have a barrel for oak wood, so that shouldn't be a problem. I don't have one for the birch one though. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. But first, I guess I can make the router to start off the sorting system. Here we go. Some dark iron ingots. Ender eye. Oh, eye of ender. Sorry. Ender eye and an egg. Blaze powder and ender pearl. That shouldn't be a problem except for the dark iron stuff. I don't know if I have any left. I think I used it all up in the wrath lamps. Huh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I used it all up in the wrath lamps. Now, do I have any iron left over? Some lead, some tungsten iron, some random stuff over here. Right, so all I'm going to do is grab a stack of iron and make myself a bunch. Not a bunch, at least a few blocks of iron here. Make 8 of them, I guess. Should be more than I need. With my wrath igniter, should have it in my chest here. My chest, in my bag. Actually, I think I added something else here. Yep, I added 2 more engines actually for my quarry because I actually had to slow down a bit. My quarry is actually going back up now. I had to put it down to 40 MJs because I don't know, for some reason I guess I'm losing some power. I guess it's the power loss from the conduits. No, I'm not referring to the. I know I got quite a bit of power loss from the Tesseract, but I guess from the conduit itself because I had 10 engines before, and that should have been enough for 40 MJs output from this redstone energy cell since these 2 were full and I wasn't using the machines behind here. So it should have been able to keep at least at a balance, but I guess there's still some power loss. I'm not sure how much from the conduits, and it was actually going down a bit, so I added 2 more, and now at 40 it's going up, so I guess I could pump it up a little bit to 45. Seems to be holding there for a bit, so I'm going to hold it at 45, speed up the quarry a little bit more, since that seems to be pretty stable, the sorting system. Let's quickly go to sleep, and I get a few dark iron bars here. Now, actually, before I decided to go... Oh, okay, I needed the egg. That's useful. Actually, I might make 2 routers. That's why I'm making so many blocks of iron. Now, before I decided to put the quarry in the twilight, I wanted to make Mistcraft Age, but I was having an issue, which is quite simple, really. That's that... hold on, let me light this. as safely as possible, if that's such a thing. But yeah, I was having an issue. I wanted to make a mining age, but I had no pages. I couldn't find any of the pages to be able to make stuff. The Mistgraph ages, and I started exploring. I ran forever. I got pretty far out. Oh, shit! I can't seem to be putting up the fire and talk at the same time. Come on. All right. So yeah, I went around, found a whole bunch of villages. Trying to look for pages. No luck at all. Got a few tungsten guys, traders. I do have a few emeralds. I had found in a cave for it earlier. I might get some more from the quarry. I'm not sure if there's any emeralds in Twilight. But yeah, no luck at all. I did come across this thing though, the shovel earth mover. It was something I had researched, but I never came around to making it. But I just found it in one of the chests, and yeah, I just kept it. I tried it out a little bit, but it just helps digging dirt rather quickly. But other than that, not much use for it. Right, so I got some 32 here. Crap! I want to grab another egg. I'll have to go way outside for that. Actually, now I remember, I did come across an issue. Well, I guess not an issue really. These guys are still doing some work here, but I noticed this. It's gone. There's no note, no wisp or nothing here. It's all just disappeared from one moment to the next. And if you notice, step on that. Okay, no. If you notice when I'm here, it's 680 now, and that's I guess the big one, the one that I had found back there somewhere over in the woods. Kind of took over and just absorbed all the nodes, and it kind of explains why this silverwood tree doesn't have one of those auras, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't. I checked before. I'm sure I showed it on camera. But yeah, it didn't have one, and I found out to be weird. And it turns out to be because the thing's absorbing pretty much everything around it. It's so big, just like took over. This one over as well. It's gone. Okay, cool. I have the other egg I wanted. But yeah, it was pretty odd. Actually, I'm gonna grab a few more eggs. Because I think for the upgrades, I need eggs as well, so I'm just gonna grab as many eggs as I can here. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out. I haven't been doing any more magic, so that's why it's a minimal right now. Plus, with a node that big, it's 680. I doubt it's gonna be that vulnerable. I guess could be a proper word choice. Right, so let's go make our routers here. Should have everything I need. No, not that one. This one. Blaze rods and ender pearls now. This is where I have some quartz. Now, for some reason, some of these have different IDs. I'm not sure why. And they don't. Okay, here's what the ender pearls are. Ooh, only 2. So we'll have to use some iron here. Should be fine. Minimum stone for that. I'll make a few extra ones. 5, good. Blaze rods now though. Okay, I'm gonna grab a few of those. What was it saying now? I completely kind of drew a blank now. Crap. Alright, let me just make the routers for now. I'm sure I'll probably remember. Is there a different kind? Okay, it doesn't seem to be a difference here. Just you can put them on either side here, I guess. So let's put that there. I'll make sure I only do 2 of these, so I'll put 2 eggs there. 2 here, and then 2 here. 2 routers, perfect. I put this back in here so that it holds the spot. Now for the upgrades, item filter. No, machine filter, speed boost. I'll probably need a speed boost. Throwness, bandwidth, ejector. So I think the 2 ones I read up on, it was bandwidth and sugar. Sugar. I don't need sugar for the speed boost, but Oh wow, I need more dark iron ingots. I should have a few extras, but I wonder if it's gonna be enough for all these upgrades. And sugar and cake. Milk. Okay, so I should have everything here. Good thing I started doing that varied farm over there with my golems. That should help a lot. This is pretty straightforward, so I'm gonna actually do this one first. Grab a few more blaze rods. Should be enough, maybe. Oh, I think one more. Yep. There you go. 8. Put that around here. Then 4 more of these. And 2 eggs in the middle. Alright, so I got 2 of those bandwidth upgrades. I now need, for the speed one, I need another 4 and 4, so I should be fine on dark iron. So I'm going to have very little left. But I'm going to have to go grab myself some cake. Do have a few buckets here, but you know, I'm gonna have to make 3 more buckets. I'll probably leave them outside for just in case I need to make another cake for some reason at another time. I do have some tin over here. How much tin do I have? I have 3 stacks of tin, 4 stacks of iron. Okay, yeah, that's tin. I'm just making sure. I thought maybe it was silver. Right, so let's make a few buckets here. I'll make 3. 3 buckets should be fine. Let's go quickly make that. A few cakes. Do some bakery today. These are pretty much like the normal cows, I would hope. Okay, yeah. Can I do it? Can I not do it on the same cow twice? That was weird. Right, I need some sugar. And some wheat. Let's see here. I do need quite a bit of sugar here, so I'm gonna grab 8 of these. Some wheat. I got some eggs here. Where's my philosopher's stone? I don't need this for now. Right. So I want to make a bit of sugar. Oh, okay, it only makes 1 per sugar. Bandwidth, no. So sugar, egg in the middle, and wheat in the bottom. There we go. Sugar on the other side. And that on top. Okay, perfect. Should have enough sugar there. I'll put the rest of the sugar cane in there. I'm going to put pretty much all the wheat back. I only need 3 more. Actually, I need more sugar now, aren't I? I need 4 more of these. Per upgrade, so it's 8 more. So yeah, should be good with that. Let's grab some more milk. Oh, that's a fail. Can I not do it from the top? Is that what's going on? Yeah, could be. Oh, nope, I don't need a diamond pickaxe for that. Right, so wheat in the bottom, egg in the bottom, and then sugar. Another cake. Cool. Okay, they don't stack apparently. Good to know. I just buckets there for future use. Just hopefully remember I have those there and not make extra buckets. Right, let's grab some more sugar here. And now I should have everything I need for the upgrade. There, and some cake, and then some sugar. There we go. Okay, so I have everything I need now. What I guess I could do now is how do I want to do this? Is the question now. I guess I could do this to kind of like have it somewhat symmetrical. Now do I want it symmetrical? Well, let me think this through a little bit before I have to redo everything because I overlooked something. Now I could make these things go straight up into the filter. I mean to the router. I can hook up a router there and there. But what I think I want to do here is actually make it a little bit different. I might not go for the symmetrical approach here. Because what I want to do is make it come up this way. And then go to the second filter. So I'm just going to put the second filter just about right next to each other pretty much. I'm going to put it right there. Yep. And then it's going to go through into a chest at the end. Wow, how close does this get? Like it's pretty close to the edge, so I guess I can't put any more stuff here. I can't be attached, so that's not gonna work. Hold on. Yeah, because if I attach them, there you go. I could just have like a random chest in the middle of the room, I guess. Make them. It's not look very nice, but that way it keeps it a little bit separate from the rest. Okay. So I guess I'll have to do. Alright, so let's put these guys here. I guess I have to put that there, this, and there. Okay, so speed boost and bandwidth. Okay, so move items into top stack, into top side, speed boost and bandwidth. Okay, perfect. So these two are set up. Pneumatic tubes. This is gonna be enough. No, it's not enough. Crap. Because I also need to make a restriction tube as well. To have any tubes here. Doesn't look like it. And I only have one brass left. Brass. Tin and copper again. You know what, that's 9. I need 3 tin. Pump these guys in there. Should give me enough brass to make a few extra ones. Some glass, if I have any glass in here. Of course not. Why would I? A little bit of lag there. Alright, if I remember correctly, yeah, it should be like this, yeah. That's for sometimes like the easiest things. I'm just find myself looking at the recipe over and over again. Right, for this to work though, that means I have to, at least this guy, I have to move it and put a restriction tube there. Otherwise, it's just going to want to go into the chest. And I have to pretty much force it for the chest to be like last resort. There you go. There you go. So that should work. Now, how do I get items out? Do I need to put a filter? Do I have any filters left? That's the question. I think I used up all my filters. Because eventually, I guess I wouldn't need a filter anymore. Because of you know what? I'm not making another filter. This is retarded. What I'm going to do here is actually I'm gonna replace this with yeah, I'm gonna make some changes here. Connect this straight to. Can I disable this thing somehow? How can I disable this? Alright, I think this one. I think that one, unless it receives a redstone signal, won't do anything. I believe, and I hope. Let's quickly check that because I don't want items spooling all over the place. Alright, some copper coming through. Okay, it just stayed there. Good. So that's disabled pretty much right now. So what I want to do is take that off. This guy off. Okay, so I do have some covers there. That's what I wanted to check before I had a bunch of issues. So that should all still work. Because it will go through black and go straight through. The redstone signal is still going through this filter. Yep, to these filters over here. Should all work. All nice and dandy. Let's put this filter up here. Spin it the right way around. Is that it? No. Nope, that's not it. Okay, that's it. I need some jacketed wire now. I need to grab a few of that from upstairs. I'm hoping I still have some of that left over. Yep, got some. Ooh, this episode's going on the long side today. Okay, that's fine, I guess. I just want to get this done. No need for it to be cut it halfway into this thing. Right, I'm looking at the wrong part. I already did that part. So I guess I could just do that. Okay, now I'm purposefully not okay, so that jammed up. Why is that? Hold on. Oh, we got an issue here. Sticks. Sticks have nowhere to go. Huh. Oh, okay, I see what's going on here. So I guess I don't... This is not going to work out. Pretty much I have to have a chest for random items. Alright, let's try that then. This whole idea was a bust, at least for now. I don't mind doing a half an hour long episode, I guess. Yeah, hold on. Let's do this quickly. I believe I add the chest here that I grabbed, and I just add it here. Yep. Unsorted items should go in there. So I'm hoping what's going on now, it's that, if I speed this up to, I don't know, a second, should be quick enough. Actually, I'm noticing that one router's handling it just fine. So that's good, I guess. I will eventually remove that filter, so don't assume I'm just gonna have a whole bunch of filters. I'm trying to first make sure that the system works, and then I'll start optimizing it, I guess. Now, lead ingot. Why is there copper going there? See, that's what I wanted to. I was hoping that wouldn't happen, so I'm gonna have to fix this. That's gonna be annoying. So this obviously is not working. Oh, let's see. Because it's hard to know what will and won't. So I guess what I'm gonna have to have is another sorting machine there with a color code, pretty much all these items into it, so it knows what's gonna go in the barrels and what won't go into barrels. And then just have the routers more as not as a sorting system, but more as just like a replacement system, if that makes any sense. So what I'm going to do is actually gonna shut this off for now. Actually, this is empty. I can't even open it. No, I can't open it because the thing's on top. But I'm assuming that since nothing's going through, it's not stuck, it's empty. So I'm probably gonna remove that. I'll make another sorting machine, but I'm gonna do that for next episode. So yeah, until next time. Bye.